know, the right time is when it feels right for you. If you're new here, my goal is to never, like, if you want to rent for the rest of your life, I'm into it. Do whatever, let's go. I'm into it. Do whatever you want to do. But if you're someone who, you want to buy a home, I think the reality is that the best thing you can do for yourself is to run the numbers and just see what's possible and see realistically what price point you need to be purchasing at in order to maintain a budget that feels comfortable for you. Also, I'm gonna do a quick shout out for my military. If y'all don't know, I'm a prior Air Force officer. I actually do more VA loans than any other type of loan. So a couple places that I think are just notable to mention. So Fort Stewart, Savannah area, median home price here is actually $310,000. Savannah Metro is more around $370,000. The average BAH, which is like E5 with dependents, is $2,250 a month. And most service members that I chat with here, they actually do buy instead of rent because the average mortgage here is less than what you get for BAH, which obviously is the vibe. Robbins Air Force Base, so like Macon area, median home price here is actually $270,000 for Warner Robins and only $230,000 for Macon. The average BAH in this town specifically, so East 6 with dependents, is about $2,100 a month. And again, BAH covers most of your mortgage payment here, even with today's rates. Rates right now also for VA loan are pretty decent. And so, P.S. also, if you live in this area, a lot of homes actually qualify for a USDA loan. So even if you're not VA, you could do zero down potentially. Keep that in mind. So just as a P.S., a lot of military that I work with, actually almost all of my Georgia buyers lately have been, well, half and half probably. Military specifically, really, really like we should run the numbers because a lot of the time, BAH is more than what the average home price is on a monthly basis. So at that point, again, I have a whole thing on why you should buy and not rent if you're getting BAH. So long story short, we kind of talked about some of the bigger like metro spots because that's where, obviously a lot of the bigger activity happens. But, if you live outside of these areas, especially if you are looking in more like suburbia, most of the time those prices get a little bit more friendly. But regardless, if you're curious to know like what would buying in this area actually look like what's my monthly going to be, what down payment, what I need to have ready, things of that nature, let's chat. Like my whole specialty is education and then pre-qualification. So that way, kind of where you're starting. From there, we then just have a discussion to figure out like, what do you want to do next? Do you need 6 months to save? Can you actually rock and roll? And like, do you want to chat now? Do you want me to match you with an agent? P.S. It's something that I do as well. Probably 90% of the clients that I work with, we do your pre-qualification. When you're ready, we do your pre-approval. I then will match make you with an agent in your area. So I interview them on your behalf and then I set you up to then chat with them to make sure it's a good fit. My success rate thus far has been pretty solid. So that's also something that I do. But I think this all starts with, do you want to buy a house? If you're making it 9 minutes into this video, my assumption is yes. And now it's more about let's run the numbers, make a game plan and figure out like more of the when instead of the if, right? Okay, if you live in Georgia, you want to run numbers, even if I did not mention your city, best way to kick off is link on my profile, first option, let's have a conversation. I will always make a custom plan based on what you want to pay monthly. Like that's the way that I operate. And then once we kind of strategize on that, we then talk through where and how and why you can make adjustments if you'd like. Also, if you have any questions for me, comments are always open. I will never DM you directly. Y'all, I get like 4 fake accounts a day. I'm not joking. It's really ridiculous and annoying, but it just is what it is. The best way to talk to me is link on my profile. That is like the sure way that you are talking to me.